Hi everyone, this is Flagged, the podcast that talks about the flags of the world. Our journeys begin in South Asia in the Islamic Republic of Afghanistan. Afghanistan is a landlocked country with an area of 652,000 square kilometers. A large part of the country is mountainous, and another significant portion is occupied by desert. Afghanistan has a population estimated to be 38 million people, and Kabul is the capital city. Like many of you probably know, the country has had a tumultuous past, full of difficulties, including many wars, a fact that this clearly symbolized in the national flag. Different flags have been used in Afghanistan since 1709, the year in which the first true Afghan monarchy appeared. In fact, this country also holds the record for number of changes in the flag during the 20th century. The first flag was introduced right at the beginning of the 18th century by the Hotaki dynasty when they came to power in the region. The current flag of Afghanistan was adopted on the 19th of August, 2013. As a quick clarification, the current white flag of the Taliban is only de facto the official flag. De jure, the flag is still the tricolored flag, which we'll speak about in the episode. As a quick curiosity, the Afghan flag is one of 8 national flags in the world which contains a representation of the flag on the flag itself. So how does the national flag look? The flag is a tricolor, with 3 vertical bands, from the left, or the flagpole, side being black, red, and green. With respect to the significance of the colors, in general for most countries there doesn't tend to be an official description, and so I will try to summarize instead for you the information that I come from my various sources. The significance of the colors, therefore, is as follows. Black symbolizes the problematic and tumultuous past of country, especially during the 19th century under the rule of the British Empire when the country was not yet independent. However, it is necessary to note that the flag introduced during the Hotaki dynasty in 1709 already included black. Red symbolizes the blood shed in the fight for independence, in particular during the Third Anglo-Afghan War in 1919. It's actually since that date that versions of the flag have frequently included red. It's actually also possible that the red was either copied or at least inspired from the Soviet flag, since the USSR, newly minted in 1917, supported the Afghan troops during their war against the British Empire at that time. The green instead symbolizes hope for a stable future. In addition, the green is clearly a reference to Islam. During this broadcast, it will commonly come up that green is a symbol of Islam, so it may be worth explaining about this. The green has many different associations with this religion. Firstly, in the Quran, it is associated with paradise, which in Arabic is called Jannah, garden. More importantly, in the 12th century, green was adopted as the color of the Shiite Fatimid dynasty, one of the most important in all the Islamic world. Without wanting to dip too much into religion, it's interesting to note that today the use of green is most prominent on the flags of Islamic nations that are conspicuously Sunni, such as Saudi Arabia. Returning to the Afghan flag, in the center of the middle band is present the national emblem in white, which has been a part of almost every national flag from 1901 to today. The emblem shows a mosque with a mihrab facing towards Mecca and a pulpit to the side. The mihrab is a recess found in an internal wall of the mosque, used to indicate the Qibla, that is, the direction of Mecca towards which it is compulsory to face when praying. In front of it and facing it is where the imam is positioned when leading prayers. Above the dome is written the invocation Allah Akbar, which translates as God is great, or God is the greatest. Above that invocation is written the Shahada, otherwise known as the Islamic Creed, according to which faithful Muslims declare their belief in one God, Allah, and His Prophet Muhammad. Underneath the mosque, there is written 1298 in Arabic numerals, which according to the Persian calendar, currently used in Iran and Afghanistan, corresponds to the year 1919 of our Gregorian calendar. This was the year in which the country achieved its independence from Great Britain. Further down is a cloth on which is written in Arabic the name Afghanistan. On the sides of the mosque are two fluttering Afghan flags, and surrounding them are two sheaves of wheat, representing one of the principal national agricultural products. This flag is only apparently of recent origin, because a version of it with only small modifications was already being used in the nation from 1928 to 1974. Like I said earlier, this country boasts a record for the most number of changes of flag during the 20th century, and I'd like to draw attention in particular to 3 flags of the past that help to reflect the political history of the country. From 1978-1980, during the so-called Democratic Republic of Afghanistan, there was a flag that resembled that of the Soviets. A red background with a yellow emblem in the upper left corner, of typical Soviet styling, which represented the emblem of the Khalq faction and a sheath of wheat. From 1992 to 1996, and for a very short period of transition in 2001 to 2002, the country was called the Islamic State of Afghanistan, and the flag was that of the United Islamic Front, or Northern Alliance, the organization that together with the United States Armed Forces helped liberate the country from the Taliban in 2001. This flag do not have the red associated with the Soviet occupation, and was made up of 3 equal horizontal bands which were, from top to bottom, green, white, and black, with a classic golden Afghan emblem in the center. From 1996 to 2001, and now again in recent weeks, under the authority of the Taliban, the national flag has changed drastically to have a white background with the Shahada, the profession of Islamic faith, written in the center in black. From 2002, the Afghan flag has been almost identical to the current one with very minor changes, mostly involving the emblem, occurring over the years. That's all for today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed this format and that you find it interesting. For possible suggestions or questions, don't hesitate to contact me on the Instagram profile flagged_podcast, where you can also remain up to date on the next episodes and other developments of the podcast. Hope you can join me again with next episode, which will be on Albania. Bye for now, here with Flagged.